Hey everybody, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for the birthday wishes. They've been phenomenal. Thank you guys for all the support. It's been a day, and I'm be honest with you, I'm exhausted. There won't be an episode of the podcast this in the morning, but what I will do, I'm gonna give you a rundown of some things that's been going on the past 24 hours, and that's basically what this video is going to be about. So you can kind of say this is a small version of tomorrow's episode, but I won't be putting up an episode because, like I said, I'm really tired. It's been a great birthday, but it's been a long day as well. But once again, I want to thank you guys. First and foremost, before I get into the Falcon stuff, Derrick Canteen of the Georgia Southern Eagles has put himself in the transfer portal. That is the first player from Georgia Southern to go into the transfer portal, and it's a big one. He's been one of our premier cornerbacks, especially his freshman year. Done a very good job for the team, and it's just been phenomenal for what he's done. And he's finally he's going to, I can say he's finally, but he's moving on. Hopefully he'll be picked up by another school. I think he's a pretty good cornerback, and I think he will be able to be a great asset for another team. As for Georgia Southern, what happens with us? I think we'll be okay. We still are in the process of going bowling, so it's not that much moving and shaking on the team right now. But the fact that we only have one person go in the transfer portal is awesome. I like that. Not too many people bailing and leaving or whatever the case may be. As of right now, anything could change. But as of right now, like everything is, look like it's gonna be intact. We also lost our running back, Coach Merritt. Coach Merritt is going to USF, I think. He's going to the University of South Florida as an assistant coach, assistant head coach, I think. That's a pretty, normal thing. Usually when you have those type of things going on with coaching changes, he probably found a better opportunity for him. I'm pretty sure it is if he's an assistant coach outside of just being a running back coach. I don't think it's going to hurt us too much in the long run as far as Georgia Southern. We turn out running backs pretty well, and I'm pretty sure we'll find another running back coach who can, pretty much get the running backs we have up to par. I mean, these guys that we got with their studs. So the running game is not pretty much an issue. Honestly, I don't think the offense is that much of an issue. Even with Cal Van Treese moving on, I think the offense is still going to be able to put up 30-plus points. The problem is our defense. We need to get some guys on defense, and Aiden Hall was supposed to be that guy. I think it was a linebacker from Alabama. We were supposed to pick him up, but he ended up decommitting and ended up going to Wake Forest. That one stings as well, but I really feel that we should be okay. We just need to tighten up some things. We need to get a few guys with some experience to show their experience in the upcoming season, because we got some promise with some guys. I mean, you got Stampley, you got Kevin Speed, you got a couple of other guys that actually played pretty well in the long run. It's just that the main thing is front seven. Our front seven is going to be an issue. That's something that's going to need to be addressed. I know we got some guys that's coming in, but we got to see what those guys are going to do, because we got a lot of commits so far. And you got to understand, 2023 does look pretty good so far for Georgia Southern. I think that's something that we kind of forgot about ever since this whole transfer portal thing started. And I feel that we're not going to have that big of an issue on defense per se. We just need these guys to step up and show out. That's all there is to it. As far as the quarterback situation goes, I know a lot of people talking about the quarterback situation. We need another veteran. I said this on record for a while now. I'm not a big fan of it, but I understand it if that's going to be the case. I am not against it for the most part. I do feel that the quarterbacks we have enough experience to show us something. I think that's one thing that I think Kyle Van Treese kind of spoiled us a little bit. Having a guy, pretty much the first guy in Georgia Southern school history to put up these type of numbers and have experience from another school, a lot of fans are going to feel like we need to replicate that again. And I get it. I'm not saying I'm against it. I get it. But at the same time, we have to understand that you have to build up some of your homegrown talent as well. You have to. Sometimes these guys come in and they may well be just as talented. And I think we're on the verge of pulling somebody from another school to be a transfer to come in and play right away again. But my big thing is You got to find chemistry within the receivers right away. If they can do that, all bets are off. We're going to be able to throw for 3,000-4,000 yards again. But what if that don't happen? Then you're going to have a guy who's been here, that's here with experience, probably going to be falling by the wayside to some of the guys that's already here that actually have that type of chemistry with the receivers. So it's a double-edged sword. It is not a complete 100% science. It is something that we need to really think about. And for me, I like to look at the bigger picture or the whole picture before I just zone in on saying, hey, we need a veteran to come in and do this. We need a veteran to come in and do that. Because to be honest with you, we had some veterans come in on defense, and I know it may not be the same, but we had some veterans come in on defense, and some of those veterans that came in on defense wasn't as good as the homegrown talent that we had. I don't want to name names, but we had some that was that way. But we'll see how that goes. Before I go on and get into the Falcons, this turned into almost a full episode of a podcast, right? But I know I wasn't going to be able to stay up and do it. I do apologize. The coaching staff of the Falcons said that Desmond Ridder is ready. And I think I believe them because of the fact that they had 13 weeks for Desmond Ridder. They had him to be able to come through and learn the system. And it may be a little too late for it because we got so many losses, but I do like the fact that we do have enough. We do have a quarterback that has enough knowledge to take with him on the battlefield to play football. So it's kind of a good and a bad because you wouldn't want to see him go out there and play right away and be productive. But under the circumstances, it just didn't work out that way. And Desmond Ridder has the trust of the staff. He's confident. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to work out pretty well for, the Falcons. Now, what happened on the field, that remains to be seen. But I like where this is headed. I listened to the press conferences today, and they sound pretty good. Sound like these guys are very confident in what they have. I think Desmond learned a lot. I did a live stream a while back with the quarterbacks coach, and the question and answers that he had, they sound like they have something here that will work. I don't know if it will because we don't know what the defense is going to be looking like that Desmond is going to go up against. Will they confuse him? Is he smart enough to take command of the offense and have those guys to execute against the other defense's exploits? It's a lot that goes on there. So it is something that we may want to look into, So I'm a real big proponent of what's going on here. And I think what the Falcons have is something pretty special. So I think that's going to be a really cool look for the Falcons in the long run. So with the Georgia Southern Eagles, we have those guys coming in. Got some guys. Derrick Canteen is dropping off. When Aiden Hall did not commit. You also had the running backs coach probably going down to USF to be the coach, assistant coach. So we have a little bit of losses, but it all goes back to the staff, what the staff is going to do to galvanize the rest of this team because not that many people left. It's only one that left so far. So we'll see how that plays out. And the Falcons look like they may have something with this quarterback situation. We'll see. Sorry, I wasn't able to put another episode up. So the guys that are on the podcast side of things aren't going to really see what's going on here. Hopefully they are on the YouTube side. They can catch the show as well. And we definitely will be back on Friday. Definitely will be back on Friday with an episode because we got to talk about the pregame of the Saints, give you my thoughts and opinions on the Falcons and Ridder versus the Saints. And I don't know who their quarterback is, but we're going to talk about all of that on Friday. So thank you guys for the support. I'm exhausted. I need to go to sleep. It's just been a great birthday. I cannot lie. It's been a fantastic birthday. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.